Hello, everybody, and welcome to the UK Blitz Championships. It's the finals today, and I'm here with Stanley Badasconyi. How are you, Stanley?
Hello, I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, no, thank you. It's fantastic. I'm very excited about today's stream. Now, let's have a look. It's going to be round 2.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off with the open. Okay, and the games have already started. Shall we? Where should we go first? Should we look at John Spillman? How about?
Yeah, let's start with John Spillman. That's a big match.
This is a big match. Okay. Can you see the board? Fine. There. Let me just check if you can see that. Yes.
Wait, 1A3?
No, that's 3A3.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
We maybe won't see the whole game just because of the speed it's going to go, but it was a D4 opening.
E6. No, E6, B6 stuff. Okay.
Yes. And now these players must have played each other last year, actually, because I think they were both in the event last year, which
they were. I remember that.
Spillman won the whole event last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the result of this individual lineup. I quite like. What do you think, Stanley? I quite like that black knight in there. Spillman's knight in on B.
The knight is like very nice because it's like obviously putting pressure on the D4 pawn, but it's kind of restricting white's rook. For example, if the queen was still on D1, the white rook doesn't have any squares, but black has these weak double D pawns which are isolated. And then obviously you've got the pin on the knight and also back rank issues.
Yeah. This knight's in trouble. Ooh. Okay, and and white has the bishop.
Can you take on B3 and play like queen B4 and win the B3 pawn, maybe?
Oh, look, that's a lot of weak pawns, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, it's probably quite nice for white overall.
Yeah, white may go a pawn up. Oh.
Okay, so some things have happened. Black took on F6, and then white took on F6, and white took on B3.
The problem is that if you after take on B3 with the pawn, you can't take on B3 immediately because the D4 pawn hangs. And if you play like Rook D1 to try and defend, then suddenly you can play maybe Rook C2 and the F2 pawn becomes a weakness. Oh wait,
white is moved on a few, and
white is now up a pawn.
White's up a pawn, and that F7 pawns. Oh, this thing keeps moving. It keeps.
Yeah.
Hi. A little picture for you, Stanley.
Oh, really?
Do you know Jude the Juggernaut?
I do.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Jude. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so now we've got a rook and pawn ending. White's a pawn up. Now, of course, John Spillman loves rook and pawn endings. That's what I do.
Probably be able to defend this, especially with the time. Like, looks like White's playing on second. I mean, there must be a bit of a delay. I don't think he's lost on time, but
no.
John Spillman had an extra minute on the clock, so. But I don't know. It's probably quite hard to defend because you don't like. For example, you were trying to go like A5 and swap off. Yeah. Black should be able to somehow make a sort of fortress. It'll be hard to.
Yeah, White's going to want the rook behind the pawn, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and black will. Now black's going for getting the rook behind, of course, as well.
I mean, maybe you can try like king C4 here and king D5, but I think you'll just go back to E6. Although maybe you can play rook C4.
Ooh. Now that's exciting. So what's here? So if black takes, we're going to try and race this pawn forwards as fast as possible.
But then what happens after rook E1? Yeah, he played rook E1.
He's played rook E1. So black's idea is just to come back and defend.
Maybe you can play B7, and then after rook E8, you can play rook D7, and then black's king can't leave where the square where it is on F6, otherwise the F7 pawn will hang. Oh no, this is winning.
Because white's gonna
give a check
away.
Push the king to A7, you can't stop the promotion. So yeah. No, I think it was A5 was probably quite a good idea because
this
pawn is nowhere near as strong as the E5 pawn. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So black's having a bit of a think, but we don't think there's anything, Stanley, that black can do.
Maybe it's just he's resigned, and then there's just a delay because I don't see anything. There's no tricks or anything, no like stalemate traps. You've got all those pawns on the queen side. It's hopeless.
Okay. Well, let's see then if we can go back and see if there are any other games.
I think Keith was playing a Meet Ghazi this round, which would be quite
that
a big match.
Yeah.
This is one.
That's round one. Okay, let's get the right round. Round two. And what we've got, let's get the playing games. So there are some. Now let's see if we can find you one. Keith. There's Keith. Oh golly. Okay, let's see this. Yes, this is another huge game. Okay. So here we go. Amit's white, Keith black, and we've got a major piece endgame. Keith, obviously, he's famous for his rook and pawn endgame. So Amit kept the queens on 2. 7 against 7. So what do you think of this one? I mean,
I prefer black. I think black has more control of the center, and white's kind of like can't really do much. Like you don't really want to take on d4. Maybe you can even go like c takes d4 there and play double on the c file or something. But I think white is just shuffling around at this point. Maybe black can eventually go e5, queen e6, f5. Obviously, you have to prepare e5. You can't do it immediately, or you'd lose a pawn.
Yeah, white's got a good. Not quite an Alexine's gun, is it? Because that's rook, and then queen. But he's got a bit of a lineup.
No, it is kind of annoying for black because you won't have an immediate break. But I think you don't want to take.
How would you even? I mean, I can't see quite how you'd even engineer e5.
You could maybe bring the king to d6, maybe.
Come round.
Maybe, but I think you don't want to take on e4 as black because white can probably play d takes e4 there and play e5, and then white's going to have no danger or anything. I think.
The other thing I was thinking, right, to stop e5, you could go f4.
Oh yeah.
And then they can't get e5 in.
That would be very.
Maybe they swap off, and then get the queen in. You know, like round here or something.
Yeah.
We've opened it up a bit. It may be possible.
That's true. Also, if you play rook takes e4, then after the pawn takes e4, the c5 pawn becomes a bit weak.
True.
So I know they've drawn.
Oh, maybe they've drawn. Yes, it looks pretty balanced. Okay, and they have. Yeah, I see half.
Who else is playing in this round?
And so round 2. These are finished. Looks like those are all finished. So let's see the results. We're going to switch to the women for the next round. So we're going to just take turns at the different rounds. So we have Daniel against Jake. I can see a 0 there by Jake. So Daniel's
I think that's his time, but he is up a piece, so he probably resigned. And then they forgot to pause the clock or something, and then the time just runs down to 0.
Yeah. Jacob. Oh, that's a good result for Jacob there. Beating Tomo Gorman, who's I know he's a strong blitz player.
A nice move at the end, rook c6. Or I don't know if he took a piece on c6, but maybe he took like a knight on c6.
Yes.
Tactic.
Yes. Nice tactic. We saw this game. Then we have Bauer won against Daniel.
Yeah.
Draw between Jonah and Ethan. Jose beat Araz. And Gedimas beat Andrew Horton.
Yeah, I played Andrew Horton in the Bristol qualifier. That was when, because I played multiple qualifiers for this. I placed about 4th or 5th in most of them. So I've nearly made it in a lot of them. Bristol was actually my best chance. I was on like 7 out of 7. I was having a really good tournament.
Oh, wow.
And I started facing like Peter Wells and Keith and everyone. It was
a strong event. Yeah. Because Peter said he also was just very, very close to qualifying, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to this way. I've just put the women's up. And so this one, are they all finished?
Round 1?
Let's have a look at round 2.
They've done round 2. Oh yeah, they have.
Here we go. So we have Irina and Elmira. So Elmira was last year's winner, if I remember right.
Did they really draw that position? Is Elmira not just up a piece? I think I'd be surprised if that ended in a draw, because also Elmira is like the highest rated player. She wouldn't just offer a draw against a lower player and up a piece. So I think that's a win.
Yes. What I'm going to do is just see if round 3 has started. Round 3, no, not yet. So they're just between.
Could maybe have a look at one of the games.
So we've got Emma won. We had
Emma played Bodhana in the first round. That was a really crazy game.
Oh,
I think Bodhana won in the end, but I'm not sure.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And Madara was doing well last year for sure. She's a strong. Yeah. And so Meishan beat Bodhana.
That's a good win.
There. Elise lost to Camilla. Checkmate. And we've got Anurai, who has won against Kanishka.
It's a good win.
Yeah. And against Elmira. Okay. So let's see if we've got pairings yet for round 3. Not quite yet. So have you got any particular picks? Who do you think are going to win the tournaments? Any favourites for you, Stanley?
I don't know, because it's one of those tournaments where it's a very high level. So it's probably the final person who wins it's going to probably win by only like half a point or 1 point.
I think it's going to be close.
Even if someone's leading, they could literally lose to anyone. That's how strong of a tournament it is. I think maybe Eldar Gasanov might win the open section. I played him recently and he just didn't really make any blunders. He was very close to making a full rook blunder, but he didn't. So, I mean, it's Blitz, so I guess anything can happen. In the women's one, Bodhana did very well
last year. She did. I was playing last year. She was
really
everybody. I actually won. I prepped like pretty much mainly for her because she was only 7, and I just sort of thought, oh no, I better do well against a 7-year-old. And then I beat her, and then I was really regretting it because obviously she was beating everyone else. So it would have been really nice.
She was beating everyone. I don't know. I mean, the women's one, maybe Elmira might do well.
Yes, she could.
But then you've got Emma, who's
Camilla's been playing well recently.
Camilla's also
well, and there's so there's quite a few. And Badana, I know she's been doing fantastic.
Yeah, she's a WCM now, and she's 8 years old. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch back and see if round 3 is. Oh, we've got round 3 boards up, so I'm going to just switch back to the open. Okay, and so here's some games. Let's see if we've got some big games here. I think my pick for the open is Amit because he's been and he's a really good Blitz player.
He's a very good Blitz player. That's true. I forgot Amit was playing. Yeah, maybe Amit. I mean, when Amit and Eldar play, I think those two are going to be the top. But then you've got someone like Keith who could definitely get results against both of them.
Yeah.
But I think Keith is more likely to slip up against like a 2200 than they are. Because I played Keith in that Bristol qualifier and he was just down a pawn after about 6 moves. He just blundered. But luckily for him, I blundered back, so he won. But against one of these players, they probably won't do that. So I don't know. So who's playing
last year's winner as well, John Spielman?
Oh yeah, he did very well last year.
We did just see him lose. Hi, Outspanner. Hi, Simon Brown. How are you doing? Okay, so I think some big games this round.
I think the biggest games are the top 3 boards, to be honest. Like, especially the middle one and the one on the right, I think.
Yeah.
Like, because Gedi Minas is like 2400 or something, so that's probably.
Yes, and I mean playing black. So does he still do his? He used to always in Blitz do King's Indian attack and play a sort of quite a setup he knows very well, and he just played so fast and so strong.
Well, in his round 1 game, Amit played knight f3 on move 1.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but he's black in this game. I don't know what Gediminas plays. I mean, Keith will make anything up against Daniel Kozusek. He'll play anything and he'll be fine.
D pawn and get the Carlsbad structure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see if let's have a look at the women's as well. Okay, I'm just going to click there and we'll see what big games we've got this round. So we have Anurai against Almira, Camilla, Kanishka. Bodana
Ellis.
An interesting one. Bodana against Ellis.
That's of really strong juniors.
Yes. We've got loads of I looked in the women's, there's loads of people born in 2010 in this event.
Really?
Yeah, there's about 4 of them.
Oh wow. So
and then Bodana's 2015.
2015.
Younger. Yeah.
No, yeah, I know in the first round there were 2 girls playing who were both at the Terra final. They played there, so I knew they were the same age.
Yeah. So Stanley, tell me what chess have you been doing recently? I see your name lots. See you holding trophies lots of times.
So I did loads of these Blitz qualifiers. I did quite well in some of them, but like the London one, I had to play some strong players at the start, so I was not quite at the top. I was maybe on about board 5 or 6 for quite a lot of the tournament, and then towards the end I went on a winning streak, but I never ended. Like, for example, if there was another few rounds, I would have played John Spillman, Eldar Gasanov, Stuart Conquest. I would have played all of those players then, but the tournament was over, so I came about 5th, and the other ones went well. I played the Terra final. I qualified online because there were multiple Giga finals. So you're in age group sections, so rapid play, and then the top 1 or 2 people qualify. It's really hard to qualify.
What are you, under 18 now?
Under 14.
Under 14? Good grief.
It was really tough because like one slip up and you're just suddenly out of it. Like you can't really lose a game.
Yeah.
And then the final Terra final actually went really well for me. I didn't lose a game. I drew 3 and won the rest.
Oh, wow.
Some of them were a little bit lucky, I think. But I had some good wins against, I'd say, like the stronger players. I was struggling more against the lower players who were really underrated. But it was a good tournament. I won it in the end, so that was really nice.
Very good.
And then I've got a norm tournament this week, next week actually, which is quite exciting.
Oh, really? Who are you up against, Stanley?
I think the strongest player is Daniel Fernandez.
Oh, wow.
So it's like I'm the bottom person by a lot, so I'm not expecting that much, but it'll be a good experience.
You'd be trying for IM norm.
So you can get GM or IM because I'm in the middle group. I thought I'd be in the bottom group since I'm one of the lower players, but somehow I'm in the middle group. So you can get a GM norm or IM norm, but I'd have to get 7 out of 9 for a GM.
Oh, I know they're always tough. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And so good luck for that. Have you been prepping against, you know what your opponents play and all that sort of thing?
I have had a look. I mean, a lot of them just play everything. They don't have one particular opening that they play. They can play E4 or D4 or knight F3. They'll probably decide against me because they'll see me as they need to win that game if they want to get a norm. So they might just think I can play whatever and still win and outplay them. But let's just do my best.
Yes. And where do you go for that? Is that in
London?
London?
It was in Hammersmith. So in London.
9 Spot Centre.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely. Very nice. That's a nice venue.
Should we see Ellis versus Bonanno? I want to see that game.
Let's see. But it
really
has
exciting. They started.
How did that happen? They don't show it on the.
They didn't refresh the page or something.
Righty. Anyway, okay. So we have a Grand Prix attack from Badana. Grand Prix attack.
I like White's position. Maybe you can play Queen D4 check. I think you have to play Queen D4 check here because you have to eliminate the E5 pawn.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, White's just going to have a really dominant. Maybe you can even just put the knight on D6 and say that both the bishops are really bad.
Yeah. Oh, so now, okay, and Ellis has actually played c4, looking to undermine
Move.
on d.
Because you can't play c3, which is what you'd want to play, because otherwise the pawn's going to hang.
Yeah.
And also you're undoubling those pawns. Like that knight has a really nice square.
What do you think? Can Badana throw in a little knight f6 check, perhaps?
You could play knight f6 check. I don't think, because obviously you can't take on if you take on f6, you can't take again on f6 because the pawn would hang. Okay. Oh, knight g5 is a threat. Although, can I play? Maybe I can just push the h pawn. I think
h6 or h5 are you after?
I think you.
H6,
just threatening. Yeah.
So h5.
Or maybe no. I mean, maybe you can play bishop takes e5. No, you can't play bishop takes e5 because of knight f6 would then be a possibility afterwards. It's just mate.
Oh, what just takes knight f6 check and that's game over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe you just wait until white has put the knight on g5 and then you play the h pawn. You don't play it now. Like if I go h5 now, I really want to go g4.
Oh, that's aggressive, Stanley.
I know. And after takes, maybe I can just go queen h4.
Yeah.
And just, although maybe I'm running into bishop b7 and my king is suddenly kind of weak. I don't know. It's just really tempting.
Yeah. And if
maybe hold back on g4.
Or sometimes you can just like maybe put this bishop there.
Yeah.
At h5,
she does go h5. Oh.
Okay, right.
g4.
Let's summon up our attacking instincts here. So
maybe
G4, you reckon? So you're betting on G4. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I betting on?
Or maybe she'll just play like rook e1 or rook f3 or something, just like prepared and attack. Maybe g4 is a little bit too adventurous because if it doesn't work, then you have weakened your king a lot.
Yeah.
She goes my f6 check. Maybe you can go g4 now. It's a bit of a problem, maybe.
You've still got this bishop thingy to think about.
That's true. Oh yeah, because I can't play king g1, can I?
I think she might just go here, mightn't she? She might just
yeah. No, I think her move is better than mine. Maybe you can play queen g5 and then bishop e5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Ellis
is running. She's running with the king.
It's probably best.
If Badana goes in straight away, do we have queen f6? You maybe have bishop g5.
No, she goes c5.
She's gone c5. Okay.
Work.
So white could go bishop e5 first and then here, right?
I think if I go
h6, we have to play on g2. So if bishop e5, can you just go bishop takes g2? Maybe that's what she's after.
So she went queen h6 and then after she took the pawn on f6 and bishop e5 was played and then queen g7 and then they traded.
Okay.
So what's the material? So black has a bishop and a pawn.
For pawn.
Yeah. I mean, that d3 pawn's a bit of a weakness because if I play rook c3, you have c4 and I can't play d4 because of e5. So maybe you just have to ignore it and then the c5 pawn, will be a weak.
Yeah. Oh, so it's kind of happened as you said, Stanley.
Yeah.
As in
I think white should be doing well here.
I think so too.
Because I mean, maybe the bishop's kind of annoying on d3. It's stopping you from winning the a6 pawn, which would, if you just win that, it's just game over. But what's the time? I think Ellis is a bit down. She's got playing on just seconds now. So
yeah. And this one's a bit backward, isn't it? You want to try and get it to there, but that square's controlled.
Maybe if you swap the rooks, you can just go b4, b5, and if white takes with the bishop, you can just sacrifice your rook. Maybe.
Nice idea, and then just queen the a pawn.
Where did the b pawn go? Oh, she took on b3. This is no, I can't go h4 because you play king h6. It doesn't work.
So actually, black's now got 2 pawns for the exchange.
Yeah, maybe white, and you can't. I wanted to go rook d2, but I just went into e3. Oh,
h4. She went h4. Yeah.
The pawns are going. Maybe you should go king f6 and play rook d8. Then you have to go king f6 here.
She's going for mate.
Yeah, and then after rook d8, you have to play king h7. Then can I play rook c? Oh, I could go rook c1 there, and then rook c7 check. Now
if e 2.
E2, I guess I have to go rook E1, but you can just go rook G4 check and win the H4 pawn. You're up so many pawns.
This has...
Hopeless.
Yes, Elise has done well in
She's
it.
done very well here. I think this should be winning now. But
yes.
I'm not sure where Bohanna went wrong, because it was obviously kind of a tricky position to play. Like, black is just trying to get a solid fortress and then start pushing. It seems like white should be doing well, but then suddenly it's all better for black. But I don't know. Should we have a look at one of the other games, because the board is frozen here?
So we don't know. Okay, let's...
Ella's probably won this, but I'm not sure.
So this is round 3. So looks like this one's still going.
So Madara had a good win.
And Kanishka. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, gosh.
Well, she's just winning. King D3, G4 is just winning. Because the H pawn's going to be stopped by the king. It's just G4, it's winning.
Black's winning. Yes.
It's a massive win.
Yeah.
It wasn't Camilla on 2 out of 2 or something.
Okay. And this one, I guess, should now be quite straightforward for...
Yeah.
So that's a big win for Kanishka there.
Yeah.
I don't know Kanishka. Do you know her, Stanley?
Yeah, she was one of the ones that was at the Terra final. She's about, I think, because she qualified online as well. Her lead chess was about 2,300, so she's very good.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen her before that, though. I'd seen her name at, like, tournaments, but I didn't know who she was. She hadn't played in any tournaments that I had.
Yeah. She'll be another one where their actual rating's much higher than it looks from there.
No, her FIDE on that is like 1,600. She's not 1,600.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at Anurai against Elmira. Okay.
White
actually 2 pieces.
Two pieces. So if you can get rid of the A pawn, then it should just be a comfortable win.
Pawn there, that should be okay for white. Okay, and what else? If I just put the ones that are playing. Okay, and what about...
We're down a rook on this board, unfortunately.
White is down a rook, so this is good for black. Okay, I'm going to head back to
the open section. Should we see?
Let's see how it's gone.
Because there were some big games as well, like between Gediminas and Amit. That was a big game.
Let's see. So here we go. Is this round 3? Let's see.
I think it just hasn't refreshed.
Oh,
there we're done. So Keith lost to Daniel.
His results. Yes. So Keith lost to Daniel.
That was a good win for Amit. Is Amit on 3 out of 3, or did he? I think he's 1 or 3.
Is there an easy way of seeing that? I can go into chess results.
Yeah, you should go on chess results. I can check if you want quickly.
I'm there, but I'm not sharing it on my screen. So rank after round 2. So Amit was on 1.5 out of 2.
Oh, right. So he drew the second game. So he's on 2.5 out of 3. Is anyone else on 3 out of 3 or anything?
I've only got results. So there was on 2 out of 2 was Eldar and Gediminas.
Oh, right. So he just beat Gediminas. So Gediminas is now going to be on 2.
Yeah. So we need to see.
Eldar lost.
Okay. Okay. So nobody's on full marks at the moment. Yes. Well, Tom's a very dangerous player.
And John Spielman lost to a 2,100.
Right. Daniel.
That's white.
Do you know Daniel?
No, I don't. But I remember seeing he was about 2,100 on the chess results. So
yes,
it's a really good win for him.
What we should do is head to Ethan and Jose because they're still going. And we have a rook and pawn endgame. Amit drew with Keith in round 2. Okay, yes, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. No. I think that's oh, yeah, we remember looking at that game. No, this should be a draw, I think, if you play it right.
It should. I think
we
because the king's close enough. The white king's close enough.
Yeah. Oh, wait, can you play king g2 here? What's happening after king g2?
King g2.
I think you should have gone king f2 there.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't go for it. Oh, no, did he? No, he went king h3. Oh, it's just winning. Rook e1. Rook g1, sorry.
G1, rook g1, and you can't check forever.
After king h4, if you go like rook e8 to try and mate, I just play rook f1 check.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be... So he won this. It's a rough loss.
Yes, that's a win for Jose.
The thing is, in these kind of tournaments, you just have to like just accept you're going to have a bad game or two and then just play the next game. Oh, wait, can you not just take the... I think he's resigned and then they put the kings in the center.
Oh, yeah. That'll be what it is.
I don't think he'll play on from there.
No. Okay.
Oh. So what's the result going to be? So Jose, I don't know how he did in the first game. Oh, no, he lost the first game, didn't he? So
Jose has...
he has one
out of two. No, he's one of the Welsh players. So Jose and Daniel Kozusek are Welsh players.
Jose didn't qualify in Wales. Jose qualified in Bristol. I remember that because I was at the Wales one, and there was Bao Yedong, Daniel Kozusek, me, and Peter Lalich were the top 4 seeds, and those two, Bao and Daniel Kozusek, they just beat us, and it was kind of a small tournament. I'd say about the 10th seed was about 1,800. So after they played because they did it in 5 rounds each. So after when we got to the third session, they were just playing 1,400s, and they were points ahead. So there was just no chance of us qualifying. So I played Jose in Bristol. I blundered back rank mate, but I was already losing at that point.
Right.
So yeah, but he was very nice. I think he's a very good player actually.
Yeah. It sounds it because Bristol was strong, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Peter Wells was top seed, but he was about 2460. Yeah, I don't know. So what happened? Did Ellis win that endgame in the end? Should we check? They put it on chess results. I'm not sure.
There we go. If we go back to there,
she did win. Yeah, Ellis won that.
Ellis, yeah. So we had wins for Anurai, Kanishka, Ellis, Madara.
That's a good win for Madara because they're both about 2,000 or something rating.
Okay,
it's a good
win and a draw there with and Arena.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get the lineup for round 4. So in the women's, we'll follow the open.
Oh wow! There's a big match in the women's. You've got that Emma Ung is playing white against Elmira Mazavea.
Oh wow!
That's a big match.
We'll keep an eye on that too.
Yeah. In the open,
we have round 4. We have Daniel Kozusek against Jacob. We have Eldar against Jake. We have Daniel Maxwell against Tom.
Oh, Jonah Willow's playing.
Jonah against Ben Spell, and that'll be an interesting one. We have to keep an eye on that one. Jose against Bao. Andrew against Ethan. Meet against Aras and Keith against Gedimas.
Oh, that's a big game at the bottom because Keith and Gedimas qualified at the same qualifier. So
which one was that?
I think that was the last one that happened. Was it Newcastle maybe?
Okay.
I think they drew there because they won most of the other games that they played.
Right.
So maybe they just.
Right, I'm going to click in now to Jonah against John. It hasn't started yet.
Sure.
Okay. And actually, I can change here, can't I? Of where we look. Yeah. So that's Keith. Yeah, none of them have started yet. So I'm just going to go on to chess results and see how everybody's, if it's got the ranking after round 3. It does. So in the lead with 2.5 is Amit, the lead.
There's a lot of people on 2.
Lots onto Gedimas, Eldar, Jacob, Tom, Jonah, Daniel, and Jose, all on 2. And actually, John's struggling a bit on 1 so far.
And Keith.
And Keith as well. Yeah.
I mean, it's only the start.
Tournament. Early days in this tournament.
Maybe they're playing the higher rate of players at the start. Maybe they'll have slightly easier games for them towards the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about who's winning the women's one? Is anyone? Oh, Elmira's on 3 out of 3, but she's playing the top 2 seeds are playing now. So it's a big match for both of them.
Okay. Let's see. Actually, so we're on the women's at the moment. Let's see if we can click into that game. And so this is this one here.
Yeah. This is a big match. Because the white is about, it said as 2-1-2-5 and black is 2-0-9-3.
Oh, they've started. Okay. Is what like an advanced Caro? Yeah. Okay.
An early H4.
That's pretty aggressive from white here.
I think it's probably a good opening to play in Blitz. You know, black could go wrong if they don't know what they're doing. But I think Almira knows what she's doing. She's not spent too much time.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't play the Karakanta. I don't know what you're supposed to do here. I mean, maybe you could play like knight e7 or take a knight e7. Oh, I was right.
Knight e7, you're right. And she's gone bishop g5. So stopping black going f6.
I guess you want to play bishop takes f5 yourself now. And then pawn takes d5 maybe. I'm not sure. This seems like a pretty decent position for white. But I don't know. I mean, maybe you can like take on. Oh, she goes queen a5. Oh yeah.
So maybe white can just castle.
Yeah. Although at least you're no longer in a pin on d8. So it helps you.
Yeah.
Maybe you could argue it's a little bit awkward for the queen and the bishop on the side of the board. Like you're probably gonna, I mean, I guess you're gonna want to take on c3 anyways. But
I quite like it. If I had to choose, I'd choose white, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, they've traded everything. Maybe she'll play bishop takes c3 and like queen a6 or something. And then knight takes knight c7, knight d5. Or she'll just play knight a6 immediately. Because if you go knight d7, well, I guess if you could go knight d7, knight b6, I think if you can get a knight to d5, black's going to be pretty... Oh, I thought she had her queen for a minute.
It's not on freeze. Well, it's not on freeze from this because of the pin.
Although I think white would be happy to trade queens here because you've now got less, support on the d5 square. Like the whole point of having an arrow on d5 is that you had 2 pawns guarding the square. It was like very strong, but it feels like maybe you can take and play castles and you're threatening like knight e4, a3, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like it. So we might see queen takes queen and castles.
Because also if you take on c3 with the bishop, you kind of want to get rid of it. It's not a very good piece. But then you've got double attack on b5 and e4, and the d square won't be covered.
Okay, it happened exactly that. So takes and castles. Black defended with a6, so we might now see this knight hop in somewhere.
Maybe if knight e4, her idea is to go knight f5, maybe. Like maybe go like bishop e7 and eliminate the really strong bishop. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe after knight f5 you can play like rook c1 and knight c5. Maybe. I'm not sure. It seems like you probably have to put the knight on c6. You don't want to go to knight d7, knight b6, knight d5 anymore. Maybe that's why she played queen b5 to open up that square for the knight. Because then you're going to be putting pressure on the d4 pawn, which
exactly
could be a weakness in the future, especially if the knight's going to f5, yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Shall we pop across actually to the other? Let's pop across. So this one. which is...
So, and it's equal pawns.
Oh, golly, that was quick. They've got to a rook ending already.
Although Jonah's down 2 minutes, so I think you're going to need to try and create an outside pass pawn on the queen side. Like, because you have a pawn majority there. It's harder for Black to make a pass pawn.
Yeah, he's just going to try and line these ones up and get them
moved. You go like rook d2.
I think so.
And then double on the second.
And double rook
d2.
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it would do.
I don't know. Maybe you should. No, yeah, because you had to defend. You couldn't go like. I was going to say if it was White's move here, you should go like rook a2 or rook b2 and just stop any threats. But the b4 pawn was under attack.
Yeah. Okay, and then let's also look at Keith and Gediminas.
That's a big game.
Oh, now that has gone.
What is going on here?
I would have expected this one to be the rook and pawn ending.
Can I not play maybe knight takes f2, knight like rook g8, knight g4, and threaten mate on h2? Or seems like this should be good for Black.
This looks like a big attack, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I have to go king g1, and then I want to go knight g4, but I can't because you take with the queen, so I should go rook. I should go rook. Yeah, rook. Yeah, to go that with that rook to g8, and then queen moves. Where's the queen move?
Probably e5, right?
Oh, that's his idea. Still, maybe you should take on f2 first, because can I go Can I go f3 here? Knight
f4. So maybe knight g3 and knight f5?
Knight g3, king g1, knight e2.
Keith is wanting to get the queens off like that, right?
Yeah, if he can get that off, he should be doing well. It's kind of hard for White to develop. I mean, you're going to have to waste time going rook c2, knight d2, rook c1. It's going to be a slow process because the queen... Can I... Oh, no, I can't.
You can't go f6 because of the pin.
Yeah. And I can't go like king d8 very easily. And then bishop f6. I can just play queen b7 and even threaten mate. Yeah, maybe Keith is doing well here. Also, time situation. Gediminas is spending loads of time, so he might panic. And then, like, when your opponent plays a move and you know it's wrong because you think you have something but you don't know what it is, you want to calculate. But because it's Blitz, you don't have much time.
Maybe he needs to get his knight round to somewhere that guards that square.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that way, perhaps. But it gets a bit less central. So
maybe you could go knight f2, king g1, knight d3 because... Oh, okay.
All sorts of things happened.
This is...
The queen did get to e5 and we did have a queen trade. Okay, so how is this? Okay, the rooks are attacking in onto...
You're threatening mate on g2, so you have to play rook g1, but then you're going to lose the e3 pawn. And then you're going to lose the f4 pawn. And you go when knight h3. Oh, he's blundered, has he?
Okay. So Black plays now rook g2 and the bishop on b2 is on prison, I suppose.
Yeah, rook g2. You should do that. But I was thinking instead of knight h3, you could have gone rook takes e3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been...
This looks good though, look, for Black.
That's going to be mate.
That's going to be mate. Well, nicely played there.
Keith is not having a very good tournament so far. He's only on 1 out of 4.
I think these tournaments are tough, you know. That even though he looks like it's the highest, one of the highest seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
he could easily just win the rest of his games.
Yeah. Okay. If we let's head. Who should we see? Let's see. Should we see Daniel Maxwell against Tom O'Gorman? Another rook and pawn endgame, and whoa, how is this? Look at these black. So we were just to say the black pawns are going down the board like, oh my goodness, look, they're going down like that.
Kind of hard to win though because pawns are kind of in the way of each other.
Yes, yeah, he'd rather have this one across as a b pawn.
I mean, you need to bring the king, but then White's going to have a pass pawn on the queen side, king side. Sorry.
So Black might try and check a bit. Oh, he did that way. How did he do that? Because it was 3 white pawns against 2 black. Wasn't it? I'm not quite sure how he managed that. So actually, we could maybe see some of the moves. Oh, so it's something like this.
When white went g5, so then king e7. Oh, he took. That's going to weaken the pawn. Oh, he's just has no time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just going to lose now.
How? Okay, but white's.
He's resigned. King d4, he's resigned.
Okay. All righty. So we're on to Tomo Gorman there. And so Daniel Kozacek has beaten Jacob Boswell. Let's see Eldar against Jake. And this looks like
winning. What did he just take on c2? Did he take? He took a pawn.
A pawn.
Yeah, because the bishop is
trying to deflect that bishop. Yeah.
Then you're also threatening rook c5 here.
Yes.
So that looks quite good.
And what about Amit?
Still playing.
Still playing. So, right. Come on then. Let's test our king and pawn end games.
They're repeating. So king d6, king f5, king c5, king g5, king c4, king h5, king b5, king g6, c5, h5. Yeah, you're going to go a pawn down. Because black's still going to have the b pawn when you promote. So you will promote first. You will have the checks, but I don't think
black will promote, and then black will have the extra pawn.
Yeah, it's just a draw. You should just repeat.
Okay.
That's a good result for black because Amit was doing very well in the tournament.
Yes, he was the clear leader on 2.5. Okay. And so that's it. That's all the games done. Let's pop back across to the women's and
see what happened in Elmira versus Emma.
So in this game, this is
Elmira won
against Emma.
Oh, she lost on time. Isn't she? Oh, no, she's losing anyways, I think, because f5 is just going to be winning. Oh, no, you can't go f5 because maybe it's a bit tricky, actually. Well, she's up in exchange in a pawn. Maybe you just... Can I go rook d1? And that's...
Oh, going for mate. Yeah. That's going to be good.
Yeah, because the knight just left the square defending d1.
Yeah.
Very good win for Elmira. She's now going to be 4 out of 4. What were the other results in this section?
Let's see. If we just go down here, we can see. So we had Carmel, Elmira, Meishan, Elise beat Madara. Kanishka and Bodana draw. Camilla beat Elmira Walker. Draw. Shambhavi against Anurai.
Mm-hmm.
So we have in the women's, we have results rank after round 4. So we have Elmira 4 out of 4, a whole point ahead of the and then Ellis 3.
So Elmira and Ellis play straight after the break in round 6. So
okay, that'll be a big one. That'll be a big one.
And Elmira actually finishes on a bye. So
okay.
Does she get a full point bye? I don't know whether it's
who. Why would there be a bye in this?
I think there was a withdrawal with one. I think it was one.
Because Ketty was going to play, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's not playing, so I think she withdrew, and then whenever she was supposed to play the person, they got by.
I see.
And then the Open, so now there's 6 people. Jose also won. 6 people on 3 out of 4, so it's really close. And Andrew Horton on 2.5.
Yeah.
John Spielman won.
Drop out because of the rail striker. What a shame. Yeah. Oh, that's sad, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so yes, on 3 out of 4 we have Amit, Gediminas, Tom, Eldar, Daniel Kozuchek, and Jose. So both the Welsh players are up there.
Yeah.
The lead. And still too close to call this tournament. Okay. So that's after 4 rounds. So we just have a round 5 to do, Stanley, and then there's a break.
Yeah.
So, right, what do you want to see? Open or women's for round?
So let's see if there's any. So we've got
so I'm gonna. What are we actually looking at on here? There, yes, doing several screens at once. Round 5, so we don't have the. Right. Here's the pairings for round 5.
There's good pairings in all sections. To be fair, I don't really mind.
Yes. Okay, so we've got Camilla against Shambhava. We've got Bodana and Mira. We have Madara against Kanishka. That'll be interesting. Bodana, Kanishka's having an amazing tournament. Emma against Ellis. Mira Meishan. Carmel against May N. And Irina Sayul. Okay, and let's just flick across to the open and see what we've got there. Well, round 5. So we will have Dimmins against Daniel, Aras Keith, Ethan Amit, Bao against Andrew. That might be a good
funny pairing for me, Bao versus Andrew, because both of them were like placed just above me in some of the qualifiers. So
okay, yeah, all right. Well, we could have a look at that. That looks like an interesting one.
Also, John versus Jose, so that's also
interesting.
pairing.
And Tom Joyner, that'll be a thriller too.
Yeah. And those 3 in the middle are also quite good. And then you got the 2 Scottish players playing, and then Aldar's playing Jacob. No, I mean, all the games are really exciting to watch.
Yeah,
it's a shame how sometimes the broadcast moves in like 3 moves, and also you can't watch every game at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much to see. All right, if I click in, let's see. Not started quite yet. So this is the last round before the break.
Yeah, so round 5 starts at 1:20, and the next round after that starts at 2:15. So they have like 55-minute break.
Yes, so they can kind of choose their lunch options, because I think, last year they're playing in the same place I think as last year, so that you can go for a full, like a full lunch with starter and main course and whatever. But you probably won't be able to play your best blitz after that. So maybe a sandwich option's a better idea. Yeah. What do you like to eat when you play? Do you have special chess food, Stanley?
Chocolate, I think. I like having a bar. I've played quite a lot of league games, and sometimes I like having a bar of chocolate and just like, if I've had a long thing, walk away, take a piece of chocolate. Yeah, it's nice. And also drink a lot of water and stuff.
Yeah. There used to be, like about 20 years ago or something, there was a big everybody always used to eat bananas during the game.
Yeah.
With the idea that would make you play better. But it never really worked for me. I never
really
banana thing. Yeah.
They do that in tennis a lot as well. They always, whenever they sit down, they always have a banana.
Yeah.
Some exciting games, because I think probably the first place person in this section will probably get about 10 or 11. Like, no one's going to win 15 out of 15.
No.
But I think it's quite nice to start well. Like, if you're on 3 out of 5 or more, you're going to be I feel more confident than someone on maybe 2 out of 5. Because everyone's
coffee, says Rock Troll. I do. I drink a lot of tea when I play. 10 cups of coffee is a lot of coffee, Rock Troll. Yeah. But I don't like to eat at the board.
Yeah.
Partly because it kind of puts me off my chess. And you couldn't in Blitz anyway.
Yeah.
Too crazy. Okay. I guess this will start in just a couple of minutes. You're quite a good You prefer Blitz, do you?
Yeah.
Stanley, too.
No, I think I'm more of a speed player, like Rapid and Blitz. I'm more likely to get a result against one of these players. I wouldn't get results against them in a classical game because I feel like the more time my opponent has, the more that they are to just outplay me. I often score quite well in Blitz tournaments and stuff.
Mm. Do you practice tactics?
I do quite a lot of puzzles online and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like just like recognition of like tactics and stuff sometimes just happens.
I think that's really important for Blitz, isn't it? I mean, like even for classical, you need to.
Yeah. So I was playing a Blitz tournament the other week and I played this really nice move in one of the games. It was like my opponent had a queen on b3. I just played queen a3 as if I'm hanging a full queen, but it doesn't hang a full queen because there's back rank issues. It was just like he was really surprised, but
oh, very nice.
It was quite satisfying to play because I'd seen it really quickly as well, like a time scramble.
Yes.
But they should be starting soon.
Okay. And so we were going to look at this one, weren't we? It has started. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, Andrew's gone for the setup again. He played it in the first round against Keith.
So it's a bit like a King's Indian defense, I suppose.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to, if he goes g6 here, just, oh no, he didn't go g6. He went bishop e7. No, he went e5 first. And he didn't want, maybe he'll be going like d5 and it will transpose to one of those.
Defend that e pawn. Because you're going to have to defend this pawn, right?
Yeah. Or maybe, no, it's not worth
it. No, he's gone d5, yeah.
I think it's a bit early to go e3. If you'd like castled and develop more pieces, it's probably not a bad idea. But
so perhaps black. So this, you have to get this knight out of the way, really. So maybe you're doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And white's what, going to fianchetto and maybe, but it's blocked by this pawn. Okay, so black's actually gone the other way, got the knight out this way, and white's defending. Bit of pressure maybe on d5 at some point.
Yeah. No, it's weird to have a knight on e3, but it's kind of effective because, I mean, maybe you can just play bishop e6, but I guess you're stopping.
Wonder if is white going to do this kind of stuff and get this one out?
Well, you have to do something about the c4 pawn now because you're threatening to actually take on c4. Oh no, maybe the e4 pawn will hang. Yeah, maybe you should go a4 here. Maybe black will just go like a5 and just say it means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because if let's say I go a4 and you take on c4, I take back. Oh, he did go a4. Oh, bishop.
Bishop b4.
I guess you should, because you should probably go bishop e2, because then you're actually threatening to take on c4 because you won't have knight takes e4 because of the rook pin.
Right. Yeah.
Bishop d2. Maybe. Yeah, he did. Oh. Well, can I go a5 here? Oh, knight d5. That's a problem. You've just lost a pawn.
Okay.
I thought a4 move was really good, but it's not very good.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
Val should not have listened to me.
Yeah. It's our fault. We jinxed him.
We jinxed him. Yeah.
No, I think you're just going to have to play a pawn down. Or you don't have time to go bishop.
Yeah. Looks like... we've lost Stanley for a moment. Hopefully he will just come back on. I'll look out for him. Okay. And so black's taken on c4. And white doesn't have counterplay against this e pawn here. Okay. And what we might see is perhaps I'll go a5. and try and get some counterplay that way, but knight d5 looks strong for black. Okay, let's have a look at some of the other games. He has recaptured. I'm going to just pop in to Tom O'Gorman and Jonah Willow. Now, Tom's a very aggressive player, and so is Jonah, actually. So this should be quite an exciting one. And we see this h-pawn is ready to come right in here. I think we might see h6 next. But Jonah's taken on e5, and that's going to be a useful base. Hi, Dave Costello. And I'm just checking to see if Stanbad's back. No, not yet. Okay. And okay, we do have h6 in, and Tom's put his rook onto the d file and actually is looking at taking that pawn on d6. Thank you. And we'll maybe get. So how does black actually defend this? It might not even be possible to defend. So Jonah's going for counterattack with bishop g4. So if white takes on d6, yeah, they have. And so we've got a position where white's a pawn up, but everything's kind of on the same side of the board. So black should have some good drawing chances here. And white's coming in with this knight. Maybe bring it round to d5 where it can come into f6 and do some damage from there. Okay, so Jonah tries to swap off rooks, and well, maybe we'll see the exchange of rooks because the knight can then still come into d5. Tom's got a little bit of time to think. Yes, that's all happened. Exchange of rooks, knight into d5. And now we might see the knight coming into f6, or even white playing f4 to dislodge this knight first. That could happen. Okay, but it's black's go. Black could actually just trade off here with knight f3, exchange, and that's quite, if the black can like lodge that bishop there, that's quite a strong place for a bishop. Okay. And so black's retreated, and now where is white going to put that knight, or how can white make progress here? I maybe would expect these pawns to come forward at some point, but first of all, what's Tom going to do with his knight? Is he going to just reinforce it with his rook, or perhaps his bishop? Okay. And so we'd actually seen an exchange on d5, and the black knights come in on g4, and white's gonna just reposition, get the g pawn moving. Okay, so this d pawn's kind of key to this game, and white's gonna do what they can to queen it. This rook, if it comes off the back rank, we maybe have some checks like that. And maybe white will get this in and bring in the king. Okay, yeah, king started coming up, and the rook's blockading on d6. So is this going to be a win or a draw? I'm going to have a look just to check in on these games we were seeing earlier. So here we go. This one, white lost that pawn on c4, and actually it's still looking good for black. There's these kind of connected queens here. Black might get the chance to do these kind of intermediate moves with the knight out of the way, but this queen's defended now, so it's fine at the moment. But black's got an extra pawn, and this pawn is looking a bit weak. So I could imagine in general the knight coming into here or here, but you've got to watch out for this pawn first of all. So maybe black will bring in the king, or well, hang on, this pawn's on prise. I'm just trying to move these arrows. There we go. Yes, arrows have gone. So black, you don't want to move this rook to here or something, because then you've got this. So white might have found a way actually to win this pawn back again. Yeah, I think he's done it. Hi, Stanley. Yeah, thanks so much for commentating. Yeah, we're almost done with this round anyway. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. And hopefully see you a bit later in the day in the chat if you're around. Okay. So let's look back in. So John actually won his game. John Spielman won. And let's see also this one we were looking at, I think, with Keith, and that's, oh golly, I'm going to say, well, it's a pawn each. It's going to be pretty drawish. So I think that one should be a draw. But the white king's better placed. Okay, and let's look at Ethan against Amit. Oh, this one, the black pieces look very active here. I would say this is looking tricky for Ethan because of just the positioning of black's pieces. I mean, for example, you might be able to come in around here. King S7, so it's white to play actually. Oh, actually, and black's a rook up as well, so that's going to be just good for black. Tom and Jonah, that actually has ended in a draw. So let's stick with that one. That might actually be finished. I think that I imagine that one's actually probably finished and black won. So let's look at that one. And this one actually was very near the end as well. Okay, so what does black do here? Oh, they've gone agreed to draw. Okay, lovely. Let's take just a quick look at the results in the women's, and then I'm going to finish up and have a break until the next set of games. So the players now go on their lunch break. Let's just see how everybody did in round 5. I think if I just click in one of them, I will be able to see that. So we had Camilla winning, Badana's won, Kanishka continuing her incredible run on, she was on, let's see if I can find her score actually, so she's doing fantastic. So Kanishka, after round 4, she was on 2.5 out of 4, so she'll be on 3.5 out of 5. We have also Elise has won, Meishan and Carmel, and this is the last game going. Irina against Sayu, and oh, that looks exciting, but I think that one will turn into a draw. Okay, everybody, thanks very much for all your comments in the chat, and thanks for watching so far. I'm going to be back just for in just a little while, in about 45 minutes after the lunch break, for the start of round 6, commentating with Grandmaster Matthew Sadler. So look forward to seeing you then, and thank you very much for watching.